all of you. My name is Rashid Carter. We're coming here to talk to you guys, give you some encouragement, give you a little bit of information on myself, my background. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I attended Wesley College in Dover, Delaware, graduated in 2015 with a business management degree. One of the things I want to talk to you guys about is about failure and how you can overcome them. How many of you have failed at something? If you have, raise your hand. I think we all have, right? Don't be shy. I don't want you to be shy. If you failed at something, how did it make you feel? What do you remember most about it? What did you learn from it? All rhetorical questions, right? So I failed numerous times. So many times where I felt like it was defeating, rejection. None of us likes that. Failure is something that we don't embrace. And I'm here to let you know that it's okay to embrace that. It's okay to learn from what you failed at so that the next time you go to do something, you already have a plan, you know what didn't work, and then you know what you can do to move forward. All right? So I'm going to be asking a few questions. Some of them are going to be rhetorical. Some of them is just going to be for you to kind of just raise your hand. I wouldn't ask you to talk or anything like that. We'll save that for a little bit later. But failures, I mean, we've all failed. I failed numerous times. So many ups and downs. I was out of school before, didn't finish when I was supposed to, and I ended up graduating because I was not giving up. It was my last semester in college. I did not finish, broke my knee, had to get surgery, didn't come back to school for another year. And throughout that whole process, I was thinking to myself, man, well, what am I going to do? Graduating school was a goal of mine, and that was something that I always wanted to do since I was a kid because being a businessman was something that I wanted to do. And I was an athlete too, but I wanted to show that with my mind, I'm more capable of doing things instead of just physical abilities. So some of you may have the same doubts. Some of you may be worried, thinking that you're not capable of doing something, or some things that are holding you back. And whatever it is that's holding you back, what we want to do is we want to try to encourage you. What we want to do is try to give you the empowerment to believe and have faith that you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to, long as it's positive. I always say long as it's positive because you never know what people are trying to do or may want to accomplish. Now, another thing I want to touch on is rejection. Rejection is something that none of us likes to hear. Does anyone like to hear no? Anyone? Can I get some help, feedback? No? No one likes to hear no, right? I don't. So when someone tells you no, how does that make you feel? You're like, man, no. Oh, if I ask you, hey, would you like to go to prom with me? Or would you like to do this with me? And someone says no, how does that make you feel? You're like, man, I don't feel like I'm worthy enough to do this. I don't feel like somebody, wants me. But we have to learn how to embrace that as well. See, what we try to do is we try to hide from rejection. We try to hide from failures. And instead of us doing that, instead of us trying to avoid it, of course, embrace it again. Because when we hear no's, when we get rejected, it feels like it's a little demoralizing, right? It feels like it's defeating. It doesn't make you kind of want to push forward. What it does is make you think, well, dang, what is it about me that, makes me not capable of doing something? So whatever it is that you're dealing with, whether it's in the classroom, whether it is at home, whether it is outside, any outdoor activities, whatever it is that you're doing or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, you can always do it. Now, how many of you have goals? How many of you have goals that you're trying to accomplish right now? Okay, it's a good amount. Now, how many of you have written down those goals? Now, for those who's written down those goals, do you look at them every day? How many of you look at those goals every day? Now, do you know why I suggest to look at them every day? I know you had your hand raised. Well, the reason why is because it reminds you of where you want to be. It reminds you of what it takes for you to get to where you want to go, and basically the steps that you need to go through in order to achieve those goals. So setting goals is something that's very important, especially when you're young. I deeply encourage you to set goals. I didn't do it when I was in high school. One of the goals was just going to college, and that was when I was a little kid. When I got into college, I had to set new goals. I had to do new things. I had to find something that really interests me, really that really makes me want to, or makes me feel really passionate about something. And whatever it is that you're really passionate about, that's the driving force. You use that energy and you put that into the work to what you're trying to accomplish and achieve whatever goals that you have. Now, I see a lot of you or some of you didn't have goals set. So hopefully after today, you're able to put those goals down, write them down, put them on the refrigerator, put them on a wall, look at them in the bathroom whenever you wake up, brush your teeth, whatever it is that you want to do. You look at those goals every day, because without them, then you'll lose some guidance. So, 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th graders, it's a mixture. How many of you are seniors? A few seniors. Juniors? Juniors, sophomores, freshmen. Just a few freshmen. Okay. So for my upperclassmen, juniors and seniors, I know some of you have already probably been to other schools, maybe colleges. Any of you want to go to college? Any of you thought about going to college? Do you know what college you want to go to? No? Okay, that's fine. Do you know what you want to major in? Now, it's okay if you don't know. You have time. You definitely have time. But what I want you to do is I want you to take the steps to try and find what it is that you really enjoy, what you're really passionate about. Outdoor activities, what are some of the things that you guys like to do? You can yell them out. What'd you say? Oh, I heard that. I can't say that. So anybody? Can I? Sports? What's your favorite sport? Lacrosse? Okay. So I got lacrosse, hockey. You like to work out? Okay. That's good. Taking care of your body's important. Yes, sir. Gaming. Okay. That's like my little brother. You play Fortnite? You don't play Fortnite? You can't be a gamer if you don't play Fortnite. Yeah, I heard of Minecraft. Yeah, I was actually, someone suggested that I should play before, but I never played. No, I haven't. I haven't played like a lot of video games since, I guess, high school. When I got into college, I had to walk away from it because I knew it would distract me. Basketball. You like to play? Me too. I played basketball at Wesley College. You nice? I don't know. I might have to put you to the test. You see that guy right there? The one with the little afro? He's looking around, but he plays basketball too. So, yeah, we both played on the same basketball team. But some of you, seniors, juniors, even freshmen, sophomores, I know it's a few freshmen here, but this is great. I'm glad that you're all here because I want you all to be able to know some of the things that you need to do or want to do. So you like to play, you like to work out. You do track and field too? Yeah. Track and field. I got lacrosse, I got hockey, I got basketball. The gentleman right there, I know what you like to do, but you set it a little low. It's all right. Huh? Oh, football? Okay, nothing wrong with football. So all of the athletes. So as far as being a student athlete, how serious are you taking your classes? How important is that to you besides just playing sports? Is that more important or is it just the sport? I always told my brother that in order for you, because he wants to go to the NBA, he wants to play basketball, he wants to do all this stuff. But I told him, you can't do any of that stuff unless you do what you have to do in the classroom. And educating yourself is important. Listening, understanding, taking heed to what people are telling you, those things are important, especially while you're young, because when you get older and when you get out of school, you get out of college, it's going to hit you like that. And you're going to be like, oh, man, okay, well, I'm an adult now. So now, what else is it that I like to do? What else do I need to, what else, drives me? What's my passion? What else do I like to do and how I can incorporate that into my life every day? Question? No? Okay. Is it pizza good? Okay, okay. So, you got a question? You got a question? I heard you talking. No? No, am I putting you on the spot? Too much? Okay, all right, I'll leave you be then. I won't bother you. So for all of you juniors and seniors, have you picked colleges? Have you seen some colleges that you've been at? Okay. Now, how many of you visited those colleges already? SAT prep, you heard of that? You don't like SAT prep? I didn't like it either, I'm not gonna lie. I did it in middle school though. Over the summer, my aunt used to make me do SAT prep, yeah, in the summertime, middle school. And I used to say, yeah, I used to be like, why am I doing this? I'm like, nobody wants to do that. It's hot, I want to be outside. I used to be in the library doing SAT prep. And that's how I was able to get into college, because I did well on my SAT scores. So that's important. What I get? I can't tell you what I got. Why? You gonna compare? Yeah, you sure? A little bit, just a little bit. I think it's like, man, that's like over a decade ago now, man. You're making me go back on my SATs. That was, let me see, like around 1,200, something like that. I don't really quote me. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's around there. I know it's around there. You gonna tell me yours? No, you gonna tell? Huh? You forgot? You asked me. It's like 10 years ago. So a year ago. See, so I mean, come on. I think your brain works a little better than mine as far as remembering stuff now, right? Just a little bit. 1170. It's not bad. That's real. That's good. That's real good. You should be proud of yourself. Now, how many of you took it more than once? You only took it once. How many of you have taken it more than once? How many of you taken it twice, 3 times? I've taken it 3 times when I was in high school. 3 times. I've taken it 3 times. The reason why I tell you to take it as many times as you can, because the more you take it, the better you'll be. The more understanding it is, the easier it'll be for you. So take it more than once. I mean, you'll take it in the fall, you'll take it in the spring. Take it as many times as you can, because they'll go with the highest score. Whatever scores the highest, they'll go with that one. So go ahead, try it again. You might get more than 1170. You never know. Of course it's stressful. Schoolwork is stressful. How many of you get stressed out doing work? We all did. I've been there. I've been there. But the important thing is you got to use that, and you got to be able to buckle down and focus, because it's also another goal. You're trying to get through that, right? No one wants to be in there doing it all day. It sucks when it's all day, right? All day. So when you do it all day, of course you got to be able to understand that, hey, this is something that's for me. It's something that's going to help me as far as my future and get to where I want to be in life, right? So yeah, take it more than once. Take it twice. Take it 3 times. Take it as many times as you can. Junior? Senior? It's spring now, so you might be able to take it. I'm not sure. I don't even know how it works anymore. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But it's good. You got 1170. You took it 1 time. That's good. I think the first time I was like 900. I took it 3 times. Yeah. It's very important. So schoolwork. None of us. Any of you like schoolwork? Nobody likes schoolwork, right? You like schoolwork, Mr. Basketball. No, nobody else likes schoolwork. Who likes to read? Okay, like to read. Okay, I used to read. You like to read too? Yeah, a little bit. You're a gamer. I mean, when I used to play games, I didn't read no books until I got older. I used to read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a great book. Some of y'all probably never heard of it before. I read it when I was young. I was in high school, I think middle school when it first came out. Teaches you about assets and liabilities, finances, things like that. I always encourage you to read. I know it's a lot of things that you see on social media. If y'all got Instagrams and all of that stuff, I don't have all that stuff. But, you know, it's about what you fill your mind with.
Do you consider comic books like
It depends on how much artwork is in that book. It's got book in it. I mean, I guess so. It depends on how many. I mean, I think it's more of an artistic thing for me. When I used to read comics, it was like, okay, it was illustrations. It wasn't just, they got the pow and all of that extra stuff. You know, that wasn't really my thing. But you know, to each his own. Now, as far as back to our failures and facing rejection, none of us like to face rejection, right? None of us like that. I never liked it. And what I used to try to do is I used to try to avoid that at all costs. So I wouldn't ask certain questions. I wouldn't ask people how things work. I would be so scared because I was in fear that, you know, I wouldn't get the right answer, or that someone would say, oh, that's wrong, or people would think less of me because I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's okay if you don't, because that's why you ask questions. You can't be afraid of rejection. See, if you let rejection kind of take hold of you as an individual, then you're never going to be able to fully embrace who you are, because you're going to be so focused on other people and what they say. And that's not what I want you guys to be focused on. So whatever it is that hinders you, whatever it is that keeps you down, whatever it is that keeps you from being able to, or believing that you can do things, believing that you can accomplish goals, whatever it is, we got to figure out whatever that is and what is blocking you from doing whatever it is that you really love, that you really enjoy. So I ask these questions because I always say, why not ask these questions, right? If you don't ask, how do you not know? It's all about self-reflection. So when you go home, you think about, hey, well, what else can I do to get better the next day? What can I do to get over the hump? What is it that's kind of blocking me from getting to where I want to be? And then once you find that out, you can kind of figure out the next steps and what you have to take to accomplish them. I know you got some more questions. I'm going to just hold them until the end, because I know I got a few more speakers, and we're going to open up the floor for questions if you all have any more questions for us, all right? So self-reflection. Self-reflection is important. How many of you, after the day, after school, when you get home, think about, hey, well, what did I do today, and how can I get better at it tomorrow? Anybody? No? A few of you? That's fine. I didn't do it when I was your age. I was young. I wasn't thinking about that. I was right after school, going to play basketball, football practice, doing all of those things. But self-reflection is important too. And the fact that you all are young, it's a perfect time to do it, because you want to kind of instill these good habits in you so that when you get older, it'll be much easier. It'll be much better for you. Okay? So that's just a little bit of something just to talk to you guys about. I'm going to just give the floor over to Samar. Samar's going to call you. Samar's going to come up. I'm sorry. He's going to tell you about himself. Now, if you have any more questions, of course, you can ask him after. I'll be willing to answer whatever questions that you have. I do appreciate all of your time. So just remember, reflection, overcoming your failures, achieving whatever goals that it is that you set. So when you leave here, please set some goals. Write down whatever goals that you want to accomplish. And whatever it is, you look at them every day. Whatever it is, you read them over. You see what it is. See how you can get there. See what it takes to get there. And if you need help, ask for help. There's nothing wrong for asking for help, right? No? Yes? Yes? Nothing wrong with asking for help. So let's do that. So I'm going to challenge you all. At least write 5 goals down. 5 goals. What do you want to accomplish? Whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, future, no matter how many years going down the road. But whatever goal it is that you want to accomplish, you jot them down and you look over them every day. Because that's what's going to motivate you to continue to do it and to push forward. Because if you don't have any goals, then what are you trying to accomplish? You got to be trying to accomplish something, right? So if you want to try to accomplish things, you got to set goals. So set goals, self-reflect. Take time for yourself, spend time with yourself, because that's important. Because as an individual, that's what helps you. It helps you become a better adult. Some of you guys are becoming young adults. Some of you are, just getting into high school too. And I'm glad that you're here, because you guys can see that it's very important. All right? So I thank you all for your time. I'm going to bring Samar up, and he's going to give you a little background on him and talk to you guys about a few more things too.
Samar. S-A-M-A-R, if it helps at all. I know you got a lot of stuff going on today. I know that you did a lot of things before we got here today. And I know you got a lot coming up after this. I know we're in the middle of a school and that there's a lot in your lives. But I'm just going to ask you right now that you're with us, all right? We're here for you because we care to be here. So, like he said, my name is Samar. I go places, I talk to people about things. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about time travel, and I'm going to get out of your hair. So I was working on a project in my office. It's in my house. And so naturally, working very hard, I was on Twitter. So I was reading through a bunch of tweets, and I got to one, really resonated with me, had 2 ideas in it. one of which I'll tell you now, the other one we'll get to in a minute. So the first idea that was in it, she said, how come everybody's so scared to travel to the past and change it, right? And boom, got it, stopping right there. Bad things happen. I don't want to step on a mosquito, and I don't know what worth they have today, but I don't want them to no longer be here because I ended mosquitoes. My bad, sorry. I don't want to become my own grandpa, gross. I don't want to do weird things in the past that affect today. Got it. But there was one small thing, right? I don't like lazy thinking. I don't like small thinking. It's not my thing. It's probably what I'm really best at. So I wanted to really get into this idea. I wanted to really find out why. Why would anyone go to the past if you can't change a thing? And so that got me really thinking. Right? So I sit back in my chair, thinking about it, and it's lunchtime. So I got up out of my chair, went over to my kitchen. It's kind of a little horseshoe shape, so I'm kind of walking purposely, thinking about time travel and why we would go. And I get there and make myself a sandwich or something. But whatever was in my fridge, I put it together. But what I really remember was I put hollandaise sauce on that sandwich. Now, there's nothing worse than a dry sandwich, and even worse than a soggy sandwich. So I was trying to put it on exactly right, but I'm thinking in my head, like, I've never had hollandaise sauce before. No adult bought this for me. I bought this for me. I didn't look at the ingredients. What's in hollandaise sauce? Yeah. Like, is it from Holland? I mean, I'd like to go to Holland sometime. I like being a tourist. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. Tourism, that's the only real reason to go to the past, right? If you're gonna go to the past, you wanna see what it was like. You can't change anything, but you wanna see what it was like. But the thing is, so let me use a quick example here. If you go to South Africa, there's one really awesome thing to do. As you know, it's the great white capital of the world. If you've seen Shark Week, you know. You hop in a shark cage, and what do tourists do? They reach out, they try to feed the chum to the sharks, they try to pet them, they try to swim with them. I apologize to about half the room, but that's some white people stuff. No thanks. So tourists need rules, right? So I decided, again, I don't like small thinking. I don't like lazy thinking. I'm gonna come up with some rules. So I did. Came up with them pretty quick, actually. It's no big secret, and I can keep them from you. I'll explain them and then give a little detail. So first, be an island. Second, I feel like I'm in trouble. Second, fit in. And third, remember that you're leaving, right? So be an island. I don't mean grow some trees, stand in the water, get some sand in your pockets. I mean, just don't make attachments, right? Because you're in the past. You don't need friends. You're getting out of there. Second, fit in. Do what people do, wear what people wear, say what people say. Because if you stand out, people will notice you. If they notice you, they'll notice you don't belong there. They'll see you pull out your iPhone or your Apple Watch, and they'll notice that you don't go there. So just don't. Third, remember that you're leaving. Now for this one, it's a touch more complex, and I have to explain how I think of time. So think about it as a stream, a babbling brook, something that has slow-moving, glassy water, right? Serene as can be. And then I want you to think about a pebble. I didn't actually grab anything out of the air. It'd be really cool if I know magic, but I don't. Let's say you have a pebble. Let's pretend there's a pebble in my hand. And then you drop it, right? It creates ripples in this smooth, glassy water, right? Now that pebble is a subversive act. A subversive act is anything that you say or do that undermines somebody else's way of life or point of view. Now that can be something as small as telling somebody, man, I'm having a really bad day. I broke my Samsung last week when it doesn't belong in 1942. Or telling a nice little young boy that he's going to grow up to be the first black president of the United States. Yes, you got it, Obama. These things don't belong in the past. Don't do it, right? So I'm really proud of myself. I came up with these inside of one sandwich. So I finish it, I go back to my desk. I'm really proud of myself. I'm gonna work on that project. I can. But then it was still up. There's probably something wrong with my screensaver. I've fixed it since then. But the tweet was still up. And the second idea was on there when I went back to reread it, to revel in my genius. The second idea was, but nobody believes they can change their present. Oh, I really should have read that whole tweet the first time. But I didn't. So again, I don't like small thinking. I don't like lazy thinking. So what do these rules that I came up with that I thought I was so smart about have to do with that? So maybe it's just the opposite, right? Maybe I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Maybe it's just flipped, turned upside down. So how about be an island? Maybe don't be an island, right? Maybe you should build a team, actually, in the present. Well, what does that look like? So I'm sitting in my desk, at my desk in my office, and just above that, there is a Post-it note in my own handwriting, because I thought of this, I think. And it says, show me someone who needs no one, and I will show you someone too lonely or too lazy to change the world. Now, I believe that if you are going to do great things, you need support. And if you're unwilling to do the work it takes to build the foundation needed to do that great work, you deserve to do the kind of work that creates. Maybe some of us do minimum wage work on that foundation. Maybe some of us do college graduate work on that foundation. I want you to adopt an OQP policy, only quality people. Think about your relationships like a garden, right? You got corn in there, maybe. Mom and dad, they feed you life-giving corn. And maybe you got over here some like daisies and tulips and all these pretty things, and they're your sunshiny friends, just smiling at you as bright as can be, bringing some sunlight and some happiness into your life. And all throughout, maybe you've planted some grass, right? Like you weeded all the bad stuff out, but you planted grass because you don't want the soil to disappear. And that grass is holding it down, right? Grass has got your back. It works together as a network to keep you strong and stable. But every once in a while, right, a weed pops in. And you knew that was a weed, right? As soon as it started to pop up, you knew it. But well, you know, maybe this toxic relationship people are calling is okay. So you prune it back a little bit. Maybe I spend a little less time with that one. It's not exactly quality. It doesn't exactly belong in this garden, but we're going to go ahead and just leave that one. And then it grows bigger and starts taking time and nutrients away from the plants that belong there, away from the relationships that belong in your life. OQP is the only way to go. Number 2. Fit in, or in this case, don't fit in. Now, I'm not talking about laws or brushing your teeth in the morning or putting on clothes. Everybody around you is very happy you did those things today. That's the only way to go, essentially. I did it today. You're welcome. But what I'm talking about is this right here. How many of us have had awesome, world-changing, great ideas, or an idea for a new app, or something that was uniquely us, but we talked ourselves out of it because it wasn't cool, or because we're scared, or because we just don't have the tools right now? When I'm talking about fitting in, I'm talking about being a copycat, and I promise you, you will never be the best copycat in the world because you'll always look for someone better to copy. But you can be the best you that exists in the world because you're always the best you that exists in the world. It's all you gave us. Number 3, remember I was talking about remembering that you're leaving. Well, what if we instead insist on being in the moment? Remember I was talking about time and the ripples and the pebble, these subversive acts. Well, that's got to happen in the world. But believe me, this has to start at home. Example, I think of myself as 3 people, all right? 3 people. Past Samar. Past Samar was awesome. He was great for what he did, and I thank him for doing all of the groundwork that got him to me. I thank him for getting through the chemical imbalance that makes it really hard to get out of bed in the morning. I thank him for failing 1,000 times to get to me. And I thank him for going up every single day to a school that wanted to kick him out so he could get his degree. I thank him for his subversive thoughts like I am worthy, I am beautiful, I can change the world, that turned him into me. But he turned into me, right? He couldn't see me, he was building me. He didn't know what version of me I would be. But I'm not done, because future Samar's coming, and he's coming like a freight train, right? And that guy, he gets all of my hopes, all of my plans, all of my dreams. I plan to do 1,000,000 things and one as the days go on. And people want to stop me. They want to say, well, Samar, be a little bit more reasonable. And these are people that care about me. Because they care about me, they say, you should be more reasonable, be more logical. But you should be unreasonable about your dreams. Because that's not your job. It's not your responsibility to doubt yourself. I'm sure we all know people in our lives who it seems like it's their full-time job just to doubt us and to keep us from achieving something that we really want to do, something that would make the world or us better. Yeah, I see some nods. My friends, I stand here before you taking a second. I got to pump the brakes because some of you aren't going to be where I am. Right? Some of you are in a stage where you're figuring out how to say honestly that subversive act, how to honestly say, I am worth it. I can get up in the morning when my alarm goes off. I can set foot in a day that I don't think I belong in. And I understand that. You have to go through that work, but do that work because you are worth getting up in the morning. You are worth being in other people's lives. You are worth not just fitting in every day when you walk around in the halls. So that really just leaves me with one question that I think is pretty good. Do I have a bunch of tourists in this room? Or are you willing to go out there and make some ripples? Thank you.
All right, appreciate you guys. A little bit about me, I'm originally from New York City. All right, about 7 years ago, this started in Lewis, Delaware. So you know we're big time, and in 7 years we made it about 20 miles. All right, my friend said it to me to bring me down a level, and I appreciated it, right? So in 7 years we made it about 20 miles. We're lucky enough where we get to travel around and talk to people all day. Different ages, different groups, going through different things in life, but really the questions come down and they're the same. All right, we break it down, 1,000,000 different words people can use, but really everybody's concerns, everybody's questions are all the same. All right, and we all go through it. But before we get started, I want you guys to play along with me, all right? We're gonna go all in today. We've been sitting for a little while, all right? Energy's a little down. Plus, I have a thing where I want the whole school to know we're in here. Forget that, I want the whole city of Milford to know we're in here, all right? So I want you to pretend, and I want you on the count of 3 to do something with me. I want you to pretend. I want you to act like, I don't know, picture that you just hit the game-winning shot or you scored the game-winning touchdown, all right? All right, there you go. I figured you would like that one, all right? Like you just got the game-winning goal, or he or she just said yes, and that's your dream date, or you just aced that test, or you just got into that school you were really hoping you would get into, you got that scholarship you were really hoping you would get, or heck, I don't care if it's you just beat Minecraft for the 5,000th time. Whatever it is, brother, whatever your goals is, whenever you close your eyes, it makes your heart leap, man. Whatever goal you have in your mind that you're like, man, when I achieve that, when I get that, that's going to be the greatest thing that ever happens, right? When you have that moment, I want you to picture that in your head, and on the count of 3, I want you to act like that just happened. I want you to stand, applaud, clap, scream, whatever you want. Don't run around too much, get me in trouble, all right? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Woo! Let's go, don't be too cool. Don't too good. All right, I don't know if you guys go to the church I go to, but that's what that sounded like, all right? And the church I go to is very quiet, all right? So I don't even know if the school knows we're here. All right, so maybe I set the goal too low, all right? Maybe I set the bar too low. I think there's some guys here that set the bar real too low in their life. They'll cool guy it, all right? I used to be them. I cool guyed the heck out of life. When I was in high school, I tried to cool guy. I was a basketball player. I was an athlete. I barely got any grades. I think they just passed me so I could play. All right? And I cool guyed my life away. All right? So I want you guys to act like the greatest goal or dream you just achieved just happened. I want you to stand up. I want you to clap. I want you to scream. I want you to get involved. All in. Your legs been tired for sitting all day. You're going to buy in on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's hear it. Yeah, there you go. Woo! There we go. There we go. We got a couple of you. I'm proud of you guys. Thank you. You know what that round of applause was for? Not for me. You guys are going to do that at the end. Don't worry. I know you're going to be louder. For me, the whole country will know we're here then. That round of applause for you. Right? Because when I was your age, I did everything I could not to be in this room. When they were like, hey, a speaker's coming, I'm like, that guy doesn't know me. He's not going to help me. He's not going to get me anywhere in life. I'm not going to him. I'm not wasting my time. Right? I'd be like, oh, and when I was old, I'm old as dirt, right? So when I was young, our nurse wasn't even a real nurse. It was somebody that retired, that the principal knew, and they just put in that spot. Right? They didn't have a thermometer, right? Like, they couldn't even take my temperature. I just went in, I was like, hey, I don't feel good, I'm going to throw up. They were like, all right, go home. I'm like, cool, thank you. Right? I went home, I was playing video games. Minecraft wasn't out then, but whatever, I was Super Mario Brothers, whatever it was. Right? So I would go home, I'd play video games. Right? I thought it was great. I was like, that sucker doesn't know me, I ain't wasting my time. Right? I'm going to set jokes, I'm going to make fun of people that went, I'm going to make fun of the guy that did it, I don't care, I'm cool. Right? This guy don't know my life. He doesn't know what I've been through. Right? So I would go home. So I give you guys credit. That round of applause is for you. You made a choice today. You could have made a choice to go home sick. You could have made a choice and been like, dude, I'd rather go to class. You could have made a choice and been like, I'll go sit in the car, right? Whatever it is, you made the choice to be here, right? And life is full of choices, all right? You have them every day. I'm going to tell you a story. Anybody knows how they catch monkeys in Africa? Right? See, I was a big know-it-all when I was young, right? I was a super know-it-all. So the guy asked me this question, hey, you know how they catch monkeys? And I was like, yeah, man, I saw Jurassic Park once, and he took this net, and he stick it in this gun, and he waits behind this tree, and then when they're in the tree, you shoot out, and you get them, and you just drag them off, and you got monkeys. Guy was like, 1, I don't know if that gun exists, and 2, I don't think they have them in tribes in Africa to catch monkeys. I was like, oh, all right. He's like, let me give you a hint. They take a stick, a banana, and a box. A box covered all ways but one open side. I'm like, psh, easy, mousetrap. Right? Put the box up, put the stick underneath, and put the banana underneath. I'll hide in the tree. He comes by to grab the banana. I'll kick the stick out. We got a monkey. He's like, you actually think you're fast enough to go and kick a stick out and the monkey be stuck underneath the box? I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty fast, man. I'm pretty fast. Right? Like, I played football. I played basketball. I did track. Right? I'm like, I was pretty quick. I'm like, I'll get it. He's like, no, you won't get it. That monkey's a lot faster than you. I'm like, dang, all right. I'm like, all right, smart guy. How do they get it? He goes, real easy. You put the box down on the ground, open side down. Cut a little hole in the top. Put a banana, put the stick through it, put it underneath. You sit, you go behind a canopy, and you wait. The monkeys go by, and they smell it. Like, oh, something to eat. All right, free meal. All right, no one turns down a free meal. At least if you know me, you don't. All right, so he goes by, and he looks in the box, and he sees the banana. He's like, bingo. Right, reaches his arm in. He's trying to get the banana out, and he can't. The hole's not big enough. All right, but he's trying. The guys behind the canopy drop the canopy, and they walk out real calmly. Just walk at the monkey. And that monkey has a choice. Do I let go of that banana and stay free? Or do I try to get this banana to eat and get captured for the rest of my life? And I go, psh, no banana, nobody would hang on to that banana. That monkey's gone, see ya. Right? And he goes, 90% of them get caught that way. 90% of those monkeys hang on to that banana. And I was like, well, that's dumb, right? Like, I'm not dumb, right? That's dumb, right? I'm real cocky, like, I'm the smartest guy that ever walked Earth. I would let go. He's like, would you? How many things are you hanging on to like that banana, like that monkey? How many things are holding you back? How many things are you holding on to in life that aren't good for you, aren't looking out for you? How many things are getting you captured? And when you really think about that, when he said that to me, I was like, I still had to keep cool, right? I'm like, yeah, I know. But that hit me like a brick. It was like, bah! I was like, whoa. You're right, I got friends that don't care what I do. They're not trying to help me. They don't care. Rather do stupid things. Someone already said what they were doing earlier that I think I fit in that crowd with at one point. All right? They didn't care about me. I was doing jobs, dead-end jobs I wasn't going nowhere with. I wasn't doing anything with. I wasn't passionate about it. I didn't care. I was just punching the clock, trying to collect some money and bounce. All right? So I could buy some sneaks or something. All right? I think I have every pair of Jordans ever created. And I used to have every pair of Timberlands ever created in every color. All right? And if you want to make fun of me, I used to match velour suits, Converse velour suits, with matching Timbs and Kango hats. And I had a Cadillac Escalade with spinners on it. You want to make some jokes, I'll give you some ammo. All right? That was me. But you make choices every day, right? Listen, there's a street in life, right? You're looking at every day. Here's your goal. Here's your destination. This is where you want to go, right? Every day you make a choice. You're getting closer to it or you're getting farther from it. Every choice you make. Now listen, I'm not sitting here saying, make all the right choices, guys. Make all the right, I made all the right choices. You got to make all the right. I made a million wrong choices. And you're going to make choices. Like hang out with your friends or go to a barbecue or play a video game or watch a movie. You do that, that's fine. I'm not saying you got to do, oh, just stay operated on the goal. Focus on the target, right? That's not realistic. That's not life. But no, every decision you make, if you're making more that are getting you closer to that, you're going to get to it. If you're making more that are not, you're not going to get to it. And at the end of the day, it's you. You have that choice. Right? I used to make a million excuses. I bet people in here are doing this right now. I mean, the teacher made me. Oh, my parents made me do it. Right? No one makes you do anything. Let me tell you, sorry, I'm going home, right? My father was like Mr. Military. Right? He was Navy SEAL, tough guy. He could kill me by his eyes alone. He didn't need to touch me. Right? And listen, when I tried to fight him, I lost every time. All right? My dad's been dead for 17 years, 18 years, and I think still now he'll get out of the ground, right, bony as heck, and beat the snot out of me still if he could, right? True story. He could, right? My dad was a savage, right? He had a shark tooth from the first time he did deep sea diving in the Navy that he killed the shark because it was in the water when he dove in it. Right? And he would tell everybody the story. I killed that. I took the shark out. I took the tooth out of his mouth. I'm like, wow, all right, like that's crazy to me. Don't do that. Right? Like I would run or try to swim away, and I'm not a very good swimmer, so I'd probably get caught. Right? But I come home, and I'm like, it was when online gaming first started. Right? You guys are spoiled. Like everything's online now, right? Like you can just talk to everybody right through your phone. Right? That didn't exist when I was young. Right? I told you I'm old. Right? So I'm so excited. I'm going to play online gaming with my friends, and we don't even have to be in the same house or anything. Awesome. Right? I'm on my way home. I'm going to do it. I run in the door. I throw my backpack. I'm sprinting to get to the computer or TV. Right? And my dad's like, yo, Mike. I'm like, right? That sound, right? Like, ugh, you know your parents' sound or a teacher's sound when they say your name. You're like, ugh. I'm frozen, deer in headlights. I'm in trouble. Right? He's like, yo, it's garbage day. You make sure that garbage goes out. I'm like, oh, yeah. He's like, you got chores too. Make sure your chores go down. And what's up with your room? It's just a mess, man. Just clean up your room. Right? Like, that's embarrassing. Right? I have a choice right at that moment. My choice is I can handle it one or two ways. I'll tell you the way I handled it. Then I'll tell you the way I should have. Right? I'm like, geez, Dad, why do you got to be a thorn in my side? Like, I get it. I just want to play games with my friends. Like, you're always trying to bring me down. You don't want me to have friends? You don't want me to be cool? Right then, I started a fight with my dad I didn't even know. Right? So now my dad's mad, I'm sad, he's angry, my mom's angry, my sister's angry because now dinner's like ruined. Everybody's just like, right, just staring at each other like they disliked being in the same presence. Right? That was my choice. That's how I handled that situation. Now I could have did this very easily. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot because I forget everything, right? And you know that. All right, so thank you. I'm going to play a couple games with my friends just on the computer. It doesn't cost anything, right? Because my dad was like, we don't spend money. All right, so I was like, doesn't cost anything. And I'll just play a couple games. And then when I'm at, I'll do it all. And if I don't, I understand there's repercussions. I get it. He would have been like, all right, make sure. Cool, done. All how I handled it. I didn't handle it the way that let me play games and do what I wanted. I made a choice to react to his statement and question in a way that cost me from what I wanted, right? Got me further from my goal, right? So everything you do is a choice. Even how you react, right? Don't hang on to that banana. Let go. Stay free, right? Now, you have three things you control at all times, and I want you to remember this every second of every day. You control things. You control your attitude. No, you do, even if you try to say you don't. You control your effort, right? Like when you were like, I'm really not going to do this homework, and then I'm going to blame the homework, right? No, you control your effort, and you control how you treat people, right? Because at the end of this, you might not remember a single word I said, but you're going to remember some of the things you felt during it. Remember, everybody will feel that. Everybody you address and talk to in a day feels that. I don't care what they're doing or what you're doing. You always control how you treat people and how you address them. All right? We're all in this together. All right? So why bash each other? All right? Second question I have for you, I want you guys to know, and raise your hand, I'll call on you, right? The most important conversation you have every day is with who? I said raise your hand, but that's cool. Good answer. Very important to me too. My mom's still here, so I agree, but it's not. Bingo. Look at you. I made a bet, you made me lose it. I said no one in the room was going to get that answer. All right? All right? Yeah, you're welcome. All right, thank you. Lunch on me. All right, we didn't got any pizza left? No. So you're right. The most important conversation you have every day is with yourself. How many of you in this room did this? And I want you to stand if it applies to you. When you make a mistake, oh, how stupid am I? Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, there's a team to try out. Oh, I'm not good enough for that. Oh, I wouldn't make that. Oh, no, I'm not good enough to have something like that. No, listen, everybody standing right now, you're honest. Everybody standing right now is being honest. Everybody sitting isn't. We all have moments of self-doubt. We all have moments where we say negative thoughts to ourselves. Every single one of us has done it, including you, even though you don't want to stand. Right? And that's okay. I wouldn't stand with those shoes either. My feet would hurt. Right? So I'll say, I power to you. You can wear them. My feet hurt all the time. Right? Listen. So that's, you guys can sit. Thank you. Right? That's honest. Every single one of us has those moments. Right? And how quick are you to give yourself the blame? Now, how many of you, when you do something good, are like, man, that was good. Good job. Me? Heck yeah, bro. Look at me killing it, right? I did it. Good job. Right? How many of you give yourself a pat on the back? I'm surprised my elbow didn't break when I did that. I'm so old. Right? I was like, dang, I'm going to pay for that later. I'm going to need ibuprofen. Right? Like, how many of you do that? No, you don't. If you give yourself the blame, you got to give yourself the credit. You're here. Right? There's people that aren't. Right? There's people not doing these things. There's people not making these adjustments. There's people not progressing in life like you are. Give yourself credit. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself a break. Right? Let me tell you the secret, right? You might not know it. I might be able to fill you in. Amen. Right? I might be able to fill you in. You're going to make mistakes. Pwah, mind blown, right? You're going to make mistakes. Listen, I make mistakes every day. Every day I make mistakes. Every day. I stand in front of you, 35 years old. That's a millionaire by his own word. But I make mistakes every day. You're going to make mistakes every day. It's okay. Right? Here's the deal. You know you're going to make it now, so it's not a shock. Oh my goodness, I made a mistake. Right? No shock now. We know we're going to, right? So we can get over it quick. What did you learn from it? Because here's the deal. This is where it hurts you. This is where it holds you back. This is the thing that kills your dreams, when you keep making the same one. Learn from your mistakes. Right? How many of you guys had a boyfriend or girlfriend that you just keep going back to even though you know it ain't working? Right? There you go. There you go. Right? Amen. There you go. Right? Like, how many of you keep going out and doing something that you know is not going to work the way you're doing it? Right? They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I say it's a lie. They were wrong. That's not insanity. That's stupidity. Don't be stupid. Don't keep making the same mistake over and over without adjusting. Adjust your plan. Right? Adjust the way you're attacking it. Right? Now that we know we're going to make mistakes, don't be hard on yourself about making it. You're everybody else. You're everybody on earth. Every single one of us makes mistakes. If they don't want to admit it, that's fine. If they tell you don't, that's fine. What I tell you is my ego. What I tell myself is my self-esteem. Right? And that's two different things. What I tell you is my ego. I'm amazing. At home, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not worth this. I'm not going to make it, right? Before I walked in these doors, I'm freaking out. Like, oh, what if I just stumble over my words? Oh, what if I don't finish? Right? Like, what if time runs out? I got to just try to cut everything. I don't know. Right? The guys are speaking before me. What if they are so great and amazing and everybody claps and then no one likes me? And, right? And then I say, oh, God, stop it. Like, what are you doing? Stop telling yourself these things. Right? Go do your thing, say your part, and be good with it. Some people are going to be reached. Some people aren't. It's like I told these guys, right? These guys are younger guys in the game than me, right? I'm dirt to them. They're grass and, I don't know, flowers. I don't know how, whenever they came around, right? Dirt had to be here first, right? So these guys are younger than me. And I told them, go out there and reach reach one of these guys. Make their life different. Impact them in any way, and you did your part. Right? Every day get closer to your goal. If you get closer to any of your goals every day, you did your part. Keep pushing towards your goal. Right? That's my third part, right? So we have choices and we have self-talk, right? Self-esteem. The third part is goals, right? Everybody talked about it. Goals, goals, goals. Goals are super important, right? There's a gentleman sitting in the back of the room. He's the head coach of Wesley basketball, Dean Burrows, right? Give him a little love for Dean Burrows. I knew I was going to get his name in there at some point. I was going to get his name and he gets ready. He hates that, right? He's already saying mean things about me in his head, right? And we had this argument all the time about goals. And I'm like, goals are super important. Goals, goals, goals. Because this is the deal. I'm like, I want to do great things. All right, what? Oh, I don't know. Just great things, right? Oh, cool, right? Like, I want to do great things too. Oh, we're going to do great things together. What? We don't know, right? Like, oh, all right. And listen, there's a reason why I said what I said at the beginning. Everybody thought it was because I just wanted to hear loud noise and people clap and stuff, and that I don't, right? So why I said that at the beginning, I said key words. I said, what makes your heart leap? I said, when you close your eyes, what's your biggest goal you want to accomplish? Right? If I just said, hey, I really want to know your goals, close your eyes and tell me them. You'd be like, weirdo, no. Right? But if I put it as part of something else where you're like, I'm not even paying attention to that part because I'm so concerned with him telling me stand up and scream and clap, now I'm doing this without even thinking about it. So whatever that was, whatever your passion is, whatever you close your eyes and you picture, I don't care if it's your own clothesline, right? Or being the best dang landscaper that ever mowed lawn. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's the best minesweeper player that's ever walked. And I don't like that you talk bad about Fortnite, right? I came in second once. I hid the whole time, right? I didn't even know you could pick up other weapons. I was just sitting there with the hammer, right? The guy came around. I was like, how do you get that stuff, right? So he got me, but I came in second. It was cool. It's like the thing that you hit. What is that? A pickaxe? Thank you. I thought it was a hammer. You see how much I know. I'm sitting there with a hammer trying to make walls. Right? This guy's shooting me. I'm like, this is horrible. This is a bad idea. I'm trying to hit him with the thing. And he's just like, but it was cool. I came in second. I was like, all right, I'll take it. These guys win them. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm old. All right? I'm proud of myself. I'm going to give myself some credit, a little ego moment. I finally beat him in Madden for the 1,000th time I played him. I finally beat him in Madden. So in his face, right? I'll tell everybody I'm cheering about this in my head. All right? But there's a reason why I told you to do that. It's because you have to have a passion. You have to know what you want to go for. And I don't care what it is. There's nothing too big, too small, too stupid, too smart. Right? It's what you want. Right? Who cares what other people say? Listen, I'm the guy that failed 3rd grade. I failed 3rd grade. I'm standing here talking to a high school. I failed 3rd grade. Anybody ever thought I'd be here? Right? In middle school, my principal brought my parents in. They were like, hey, listen, I want to tell you a little bit about your son, Michael. Right? Like they don't know me. Oh my God, I have a son, Michael? Thank you. Right? So let me tell you a story about Michael. He's not smart, right? Like, he's actually pretty dumb, and if you want any chance of him to have a life, you got to take him out of school and teach him a trade, because that's the only chance he's got. Right? That's what I tell him. My parents are like, well, we're not going to do that. I'm like, thank you. Right? Now I thank them. At the time, I was like, why not? I'll learn a trade. I didn't know what a trade was. I was like, cool, it might be awesome. Right? In high school, my dean of discipline told me I'd be dead or in jail by 21. Literally said that to my face. You'll be dead or in jail at 21. You're lucky. I was like, what? That's weird. I don't think that's luck, but all right. Like, we all have different definitions of luck. Right? I'm not supposed to be here. It took me like 12 years to finish college. Right? Like, I'm not supposed to be in front of you. If I listened to what other people told me my whole time, I wouldn't be here. Huh. That's a lot of years, right? It's almost longer than you've been alive. Right? Think about sitting in a classroom 12 years. That's like torture. Dang. Right? I've been in trouble before. Right? I understand. What they tell you doesn't set your limits. What you tell yourself sets your limits. Right? So have a passion. Know what it is and go all out for it. Man, and don't care what anybody tells you. That's not realistic. Cars at one point wasn't realistic. You know, Henry Ford made cars, right? You know, when he was making a car, he was like, hey, you know, did you ask anybody about the car? And he said, no. The one time I talked to someone about a car, they told me they'd rather have a faster horse. Why? Can you imagine that? Oh, I'll stop making the car. I'll go train horses faster. Right? Like, no, your cell phone. Imagine the first person that was like, dude, I want to talk on this device over here. And this person's going to be in another country, and I'm going to be talking to him right here. Like, well, what's up? Right? Probably like, are you high? Like, what's wrong with you right now? Right? Like, you're crazy. You're going to talk on a phone to someone in another country? Right? We're doing that all the time on our phones. We're on social media. I'm talking to people that I know that moved all over the world on my phone every day. That wasn't expected. That wasn't normal at one point. So think outside the box. Be willing to be crazy. Right? Everybody that's done something amazing has been called crazy. Right? So now we talked about knowing your passion, knowing your goal, having your eye. Right? I want to tell you one slogan we say all the time. It's in our office. It's in everything we do. Right? I've never been the smartest person in a room. I'm not today. All right? There's probably people sitting down. Forget the teachers. There's probably students sitting down right now that's smarter than me. Right? We'll go into class and be like, dang, this is embarrassing. All right? I've never been the wealthiest guy in a room. I've never been the coolest guy in a room. I've never been the funniest guy in a room. Right? I don't control any of that. This is a slogan we say every day. This is how we're going to get ahead. This is how we're going to dominate. O every day. OWE every day. And that means outwork everyone. Right? I'm a 6-foot white redhead kid. I played basketball. You want to know how many times I was made fun of? Right? A lot, right? Yeah, a lot. Right? And then you get to play, and all of a sudden they're like, whoa, hold on, this kid can play a little bit. Right? And you're like, whoa, I wasn't supposed to. Right? If I listened to what they said, if I didn't outwork them, it wasn't like I was the fastest kid on earth. Most of you guys will beat me in a race right now. Maybe not. Right? Maybe so. Right? But it doesn't matter what you're not. Stop looking at it that way. What are you? I'm the hardest worker in this room. Right? I go out to work with these guys. They're all younger than me. Right? They're like, oh, we're doing all this. I'm like, I'm going to do more. I'm going to outwork you. And then that's why I love the guys I hang around with, because OQP, only quality people, they push me. Because then Wayne's out there busting hump, and I'm like, yo, all right, I gotta outwork this guy. I got to do more than him. He's working hard. I got to work hard. Right? Coach Burrows is working hard. I got to work hard. Right? I'm texting people, seeing when they get home. I'm staying at the office until they all text me they're home. Then I'm like, all right, I can go home. I'll work them. Right? Like, it's my mind. Right? There's a lot of things I do childish. That is one of them. That's like the most adult childish thing I do. The other ones are way childish. Right? Right? So, but it's true. It's listen, like, I don't control the other things. I don't control if you can type faster than me. I don't control if you can read faster than me. I control I can outwork you. I'll catch up. Right? There's people that speak better than me. I know them. They're in the same business I am. And they're not here. They're like, dang, how'd you get that Milford gig? Right? I'm like, Right? Like, I don't know. I just keep working. Right? Like, so work harder. Right? You're good. I heard you talk. You talk well. Right? Like, you're an amazing talker. Right? Go talk. Right? Like, it's weird, the talking world of business, right? You're like, wow, your talk, nice talk. Right? Like, what? Everybody's like, oh, that's weird. Right? Now listen, I'm not going to lie to you either. It's not all sunshines and rainbows, man. There's weeds, right? There's bad days. There's going to be struggles. Right? These are words. He was saying earlier, I wanted to see how you addressed it. Right? I wanted to see your reactions. So I was paying attention to all you guys, right? There's going to be bad words used in your life. Right? They're not going to be curse words. They're different. These are bad words. Right? Struggle. Right? Pain. Listen, I was 10 years old. I buried my brother. Right? I was a teenager. I buried my dad. I lost multiple friends in high school in a car accident. My best friend 7 years ago committed suicide. Right? Lived in this very town. Right? I know all about pain and struggle. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in business deals. Right? I'm still here. Right? I was told I wasn't going to be anything. I was born deaf. Right? Without the ability to hear. I didn't learn how to hear until, I didn't learn. I got the ability to hear when I was 3. Didn't learn how to talk until I was 5. Right? There's going to be struggles. You're going to have sacrifice. There's going to be things you go through that you think nobody else knows, that nobody else can get you. Listen, I was angry as I could be as when I was younger because I said, why me? Why I have to go through this? Right? It was pain. You're all going through something. Every single one of you. You can act like you're not, and that's fine. I understand. I did the same thing. I act like everything was great, man. You'll never get me. I always had a smile on my face. People always say, why are you smiling so much? People still say, they say to me, how you doing? I'm like, amazing, living the dream, man. How are you? Right? It's like my program response. Right? They're like, you're all right. Like, I'm cool. All right, cool. Right? But we're all going through something. You're all going to have your own battles. No one else can judge your battles. I didn't have it harder or better than any of you. We all have our own stuff. And you're going to go through it. Right? Now, hopefully it'll make you grow. Right? We have a phrase we use at Wesley all the time. Grow through it. Right? The pain, the struggle, the sacrifice. But I'll tell you this, you're going to have these things regardless. You're going to have pain, right? You're going to have struggle, you're going to have sacrifice, you're going to have doubt, you're going to have criticism. You're going to have all that regardless. You do anything or you do everything, you're going to have that. Or you do nothing. You'll have those moments. You'll have those haters, right? People will throw shade, right? You'll have those moments. Either way. So why not go for it? If you're going to experience the pain regardless of life, it's the ante in which we pay to be in it. If you're going to experience that regardless, why not go for it? Worst case, you experience what you're already going to. Right? Listen, you know, anyone in here knows anyone that won the lottery 7+ times? Anybody? 7+ times won the lotto. Nope. That would be too many. 7+ for a reason. I tried to be prepared. Right? 7+ time. And you're all lying. Every single one of you knows someone that won the lotto 7+ times. You did. Being born you is a 1 in 400 trillion shot. 1 in 400 trillion to be you. There you go. Right. Yeah, you're unique. I can tell you're unique. Every single one of us. Because it's a 1 in 400 trillion shot. That's like winning the lottery 7+ times in your lifetime. Being born you. You're a Steelers fan. I know why you're confused. Yeah. I hear that every year. Right? Listen. You're going to win the lotto. You already won the lotto 7+ times. You're here. You're odd. You already defeated the odds. You were the biggest underdog ever and you won. You're here. You were the biggest underdog that ever existed. You being you was it. And you've accomplished it. You already achieved it. Everybody know who Abraham Lincoln is? Dang right. Abraham Lincoln, amazing president, my favorite. Anybody knows who the 18th president was? 19? Not many. No. Sorry. Not many, right? Everybody knows who Babe Ruth was? the king of SWAT, right? Anybody knows who batted after him? No, right? Everybody know Michael Jordan? The greatest basketball player ever? Everybody knows Michael Jordan, heard of him? Right? Everybody knows the backup center on the 98 team that won the championship with him that was on the Bulls? Nope, I do, it's weird, but anyway. I'm obsessed with that team. No, right? Like, you guys know these people. You know who Martin Luther King Jr. is? You know in that picture when he was walking to do the Million Man March to say, I have a dream? You know who was standing next to him? Nope, right? Nobody. It's one of the biggest pictures ever. It's everywhere. And no one knows that guy, right? It's crazy. Look, all these people were doing the same thing as the other person I mentioned. I mentioned the president. I said, who's this other president? You go, oh, I don't know. I said, Babe Ruth. Who's this other baseball player? Oh, I don't know. Who's this basketball player? Michael Jordan? Oh, man, I know him. Who's this backup center? I don't know. All right? Martin Luther King? Oh, we know. This guy doing the same exact thing? Well, we don't know. All right? All doing the same exact thing. You can be president and be forgotten. Or you could be president and be remembered. You could be a baseball player and be forgotten, or you could be Babe Ruth and live forever. Listen, you die twice in your life. This isn't a song right now. Right? It's becoming popular, so everybody's calling me on this. I used to say this before that, but whatever. You die twice in your life. Once is when you take your last breath. The second time is when someone mentions your name for the last time. Abraham Lincoln lives forever because we will forever mention his name. Right? 18th president? Yeah, not so much. Right? Listen, you're here. You already defeated the odds. You already did the most amazing thing you could do, being born you. The biggest odds. You're here now. Do amazing things and leave an impact that'll last forever. That's my challenge to you. I call you. Don't be another forgotten. Leave an impact will go on forever. Listen, you want to know my why? We all need a why. And you want to know my why? I have a 14-year-old daughter. All right? Everybody went to school and got a degree. I went to school and got a daughter. All right? It's awesome. She became my life and saved my life in a heartbeat. Right? First time I held her in my arms, I go, my life's got to change. I can't keep doing these dumb things. I got to do better. All right? I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for her. I would have proved that guy right if it wasn't for her. Right? So why I do this, why I sit in the office hours and hours perfecting this very craft I stand in front of you and do right now, is because of you guys. Because at some point you're going to be my leader. You're going to lead me in every way possible. You're going to lead me in sports. You're going to lead me in business. You're going to lead me in politics. You're going to lead me in every field there is. There's people in this room right now that will be it. And I'll depend on you to make a better place for my daughter. So I know I got to do my part of cleaning up the mess and giving you room to excel and take it even further. And that's why I put in the hours it takes to be able to stand in front of you and do this without sweating. Dry as could be. And that's hard for me because I have red hair and fair skin. And we sweat easy. All right? I can't sit in the sun for more than 10 seconds without burning. All right? So I dare you, leave that impact. I was told I was going to be nothing my entire life. Lost people my entire life. All right? If I can do it, any one of you can. Remember this phrase, if anyone can do it, I can do it. All right? Thank you guys very much for giving me your time. I love you. Let me know anything you guys need.